Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dominique Wong Weekend Show, where we have grassroots conversations about culture and current affairs. So today we have Samson Wong, who is a Peranakan art and antiques collector for over 17 years, who will share with us his personal collection and experiences with Peranakan culture. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today, Samson. We are so excited to meet you. Um, Today, to coincide with the 11th day of Chinese New Year, we decided to talk about Peranakan culture. So, to start off, would you like to introduce your personal background and experiences with Peranakan culture?
Hello, everybody. I'm Samson. I'm a Peranakan descendant from Penang, and I've been actually collecting Peranakan and Straits Chinese antique for over 17 years. Yep. Thank you so much, Dominic, for having me in this show, for this weekend show. Thank you so much, Dominic.
Yes. Previously, you have mentioned that you come from a long line of Peranakan families in Malaysia. How far can you trace back your family heritage here?
So basically, what I can trace back from my family roots actually is like seven generation in Malaysia.
Wow.
Yep.
7 generations in Malaysia. So, which side of your family comes from which part of Malaysia? On your dad's side and your mom's side?
Okay, basically my dad's side actually from Penang. There are already seven generation in Malaysia. My mom's side actually is only uh three generation. I'm the third generation.
Okay. Wow. And then your dad's side is on the 7th generation, and that's from the Penang
Yep,
side, is it?
yep.
Wow. So maybe we can talk about how do you define a Peranakan? Why do you think Peranakan Chinese culture is so special? Because for me personally, when I talk about Peranakan, it is about intermarriages and creolization and adaptation of local cultures by ethnic Chinese
Mm-hmm.
who have been residing in Malaysia for a longer time. So for some people, they say that Peranakans especially Peranakan Chinese, were here since the Malacca Sultanate in the 14th century up to the 17th
Mm-hmm.
century. And then other
Mm-hmm.
people will talk about Straits Chinese who come to Malaysia. That's in the 19th century, so the 1800s. So what is Peranakan to you?
So actually, Pranakan for me actually is more to a lifestyle practice that your family how they are practiced because Pranakan like Chinese has been settled down in Malaysia since like Cheng Ho time, right? So it has been like 200 over years. So my family has been settled down here around about seven generations. So for me, Pranakan is about lifestyle. It's how you actually follow the lifestyle, the Pranakan culture. Because a lot of like Chinese people, right? They're settled down here because in the olden days, like 200 over years, there are not that much of Chinese here. So there might be adopt a lot of like different races, culture, like influence them a lot, like Thai, Burmese, Malay, Indian. So this culture is quite unique. It's really very different, very different from if compared to Chinese family. So Pranakan is a very unique culture for me. So from the food, attire, the way they celebrate, uh, uh, occasions that are very special. Yeah.
Yes. And I realized you mentioned to me previously that you have been collecting antiques since you were 16 years old. That's a long time
Yep.
as well.
Yep.
So, what made you delve into this very niche and special habit and hobby?
So since young, actually, I grew up with both side of my grandma, my paternal side and my maternal side grandmother. I'm used to staying with them when I'm like having a long holiday in school, like school holiday. So a lot of things that I never see before that they will show me piece by piece that they will explain to me this is from where and this is what this kind of things is they use it during which kind of like occasion like that's make me gain the interest to collect things because since young like I'm starting to have interest on Peranakan, like not just Peranakan things, it's like those old antique stuff since really young age. And and yes, after my my great grandmother passed away, that's which is she's from Penang. So the
Wow.
house being sold away, sold. So and when I miss those days when spending
Oh,
time with her in the old house. And nowadays all the things, most of the things has been gone. So we only managed to uh collect some of the antiques back that's belong to my family, especially the wedding stuff lah, from the wedding chamber. So because those wedding stuff actually is the most, like the furniture is a like the Peranakan bed is the most elaborate things in the house and the biggest furniture
interesting.
in the house. Yep.
Yes. Yes, I think I visited one of your galleries. I think you have a few. Yes, I see that the Peranakans, they have a very strong attention to detail. It's very eclectic. There's a big variety of furnitures, a big variety of jewelry, and a big variety of textiles, in terms of colors and patterns. So, I mean, my first impression with Peranakan Chinese culture is that it is very deep and wide in terms of material culture. It's very rich. So it's not very typical of other, for example, other cultures. So I also wanted to clarify this point because I have a friend. His name is Sean. So his grandmother is of Peranakan Chinese descent, but his grandmother is from Phuket in Thailand. So I just wanted to put it out there. I think that Peranakans, usually we talk about Singapore and Malaysia, but it also extends
Mm-hmm.
sometimes to Myanmar, Thailand, and North Sumatra and Indonesia. So
Yep.
Peranakans, in terms of like culture, the Chinese are the most prominent, but there's like Tamil, Chiti, Jawi, and Arab Peranakans. People, I think Peranakans in Malay language means sons, offsprings of the local soil. And also Baba and Nonya as well. Baba and Nonya is a Portuguese word. So what I like about Peranakan culture, especially Peranakan Chinese culture, is that it's a mix of like a Portuguese, Dutch, British, Chinese, Indian, Malay, Burmese, Thai culture. So it's very rich. Maybe you can start sharing with us some of the special like collections that you have.
Okay, sure.
Oh,
Okay, this is the ang
wow.
chai. This is the ang chai
Okay.
is a door hangings. Normally we will hang it during on the last day of the year, means the like the New Year Eves. We will hang on the door during the New Year Eves. Yep.
Is this like
And
a
this
door?
is another.
Door?
Yes, this is actually for the door. It's for the door. This is we call it ang chai. So just
Okay.
now that one actually with two phoenixes. Yep,
Yeah.
two phoenixes and a peony in the middle. And the next one actually with the eight immortals.
Okay.
Yep, eight immortals. So this both of this piece actually from 1940s.
Wow.
It's about 80 years old.
Wow. So
Yep.
both of them decorate the door entryway into a house.
Yes. Yep. And this is the birthday banner. This is a birthday banner. Normally
Birthday.
we will take it out to decorate the main hall of the house. Yes. So this is one of the biggest embroideries as well. In a Peranakan family. Yeah. Yep. And
So a
I
birthday
very
banner.
yep,
Do you use it
yep,
for
yep.
birthdays? Do you hang it only on your birthdays or?
On birthday, yes, on birthday or during the Jade Emperor birthday, which is like few days ago. Like the Chinese Peranakan be like very focused like on this day, on the 9th day of Lunar New Year. Yep. We will hang it on the main hall of the house. And surprisingly, I found this piece in London.
Wow.
Yes, I found this
The
piece in
heart of Chinese
London.
culture, London.
Yeah, I found this piece in London.
How? Wow. So like
Oh,
previously you talked about that.
this is
Sorry.
actually is sorry.
Yeah, you talk about this founding in London, right? So what are the
Yeah,
motifs on it? Because I see like on the sides there are deities and then there's a man in the center.
that one is eight immortals,
Eight immortals.
the
Okay.
Pasien, and in the middle is the longevity god, which is Solao.
Okay. So what do the eight mortal immortals represent for Chinese culture and religion?
八仙过海啊，贺寿，八仙贺寿.
Okay, so like for
Like eight
longevity.
immortals like celebrate birthday together with the longevity god.
Oh wow, it's so meaningful.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, maybe you can see the next one again. Sorry. Yeah.
And this is actually is the Chinese New Year outfit for the children's. This is from 1920s. It's in pink damask silk with forbidden stitches with gold thread embroideries. I
Are there
found this
any
piece in. Sorry.
are there any motifs on it? Is it a particular flower like
There are
phoenix?
like four season flowers, phoenixes, and pheasants.
Wow. Do any of this like pheasants or phoenixes? What do they represent?
Phoenixes they represent sorry wait actually it's same like four season flowers, just like they represent like something very Chinese, very festive thing for them. They like birds, floral and fauna, like birds, flowers, and something the like fruits, like represent uh longevity, represent a lot like Chinese people, like Peranakan culture actually is same like Chinese people. We love things that have represent on something, like
Yeah, symbolic.
pomegranate that represent something, like peach that represent longevity.
Yes, that's so interesting. Oh, what do they
Okay,
have?
this is actually a piece of beadwork. Is about two. It's about 3 feet times 2 feet. It's a quite very. They're actually made from a very fine cut beads. That is from Czech Republic or Czechoslovakia, and they have the Chinese embroidery on the side. This is actually to decorate the table in between the hapsui, the Chinese chair. In the middle, they actually have a small table to put tea. So this
Hmm.
is the normally they will decorate the hall with full of this kind of beadwork and embroidery during occasion like wedding, birthday, or Chinese New Year. Yep.
Yes, and you mentioned they are glass beads that are imported from Czech Republic, so they're very European. Is there a
Yes.
is there a distinctive liking and taste or European flavor to Peranakan sort of like a furniture or tablecloth? Yeah.
I believe from what I'm study from what based on my research, actually Peranakan beadworks actually influenced by the Berlin embroidery and the Victorian beadwork as well. So
Oh
as you
wow.
can see, the base of this kind of beadwork actually the method that they use actually is something like cross stitch.
Mm.
Yeah. So that the Pranakan ladies, they are more creative. They design their very own design. They're using their own colors to make this kind of like beadworks to make it more elaborate.
It looks
As you
like it
can
has
see in
many
this piece.
flowers.
Yeah. Maybe this piece, maybe they need to spend about 1.5 years to just finish this piece of embroideries, the beadwork. Yeah, because the bead is really small.
Yes, it looks very intricate and very
Yeah.
ornate. Like, where do you find this particular piece, and what is it used for? Yeah,
Oh, as I mentioned just now, actually is for the hapsui. Actually, it's the table cover.
table cover. Okay,
It's a table cover.
wow, wow.
And this is top way. It's a altar frontal. This piece I found it in Amsterdam. I found it in Amsterdam. Yep, and it is like full of gold thread, and the eye of the dragon actually is made is actually is onyx. It's kind of stoned, which is onyx. The eye that in the middle on the side of this onyx actually they use the silver to
Okay.
actually mold it to secure the onyx for the eye of this dragon in this doorway.
Or they use precious gems to put the eyes. It looks like it
Yep,
stands
yep,
out.
yep, yep,
Is
yep.
so this one is an ancestral altar. What is it used for?
It's not just for ancestral altar. It's some deities altar or god altar that normally we will put this kind of like dragon table frontal as well.
Wow.
Yep. And this is also a table frontal with five full dogs. The dad playing with four little lions, four little full dogs. Yep.
Oh, there are four full dogs on the table mat. Is
Yep.
there a meaning to
Yep.
it as well? Is dogs are very
Uh
auspicious and usually we use like
and
dragons and phoenix.
also you can actually, if you zoom in, you can actually clearly see five bats flying around this doorway. Means 五福临门. Can you see the bat?
Yeah, I can see. Yes.
Yeah. The whole tablecloth actually got five bats flying around.
So that means five happiness to your
Yes.
home doors. Yeah,
Yep.
interesting.
Oh, this okay. This is how they are decorate their main hall during Chinese New Year with with embroidery tablecloth and red curtain. This is how the way they display their their main hall of the house during Chinese New Year.
Is this a living room area or is this like a walking area where you wait? A waiting room? Is this a waiting room?
It's a living hall area.
Living hall area. Wow.
This is also one of the doorway, which is belong to my family, and you clearly see that the left hand of the dragon with the surname of my family. The
Oh.
left hand. Yep.
Oh wow, that's your surname.
Yep. So this actually already in my family more than four generations.
And it's a very good condition as well. How do you keep it like this?
Yep. Yeah, well, actually, I repaired it. I repaired it because it had been kept for quite some times already. So some of the gold thread actually came off. So
Okay.
I actually repaired it as well.
When do you use this ceremonial cloth? Is it like for big major festivals or is it for daily
Yeah,
kind of?
yeah, it's something like wedding, birthday, or Chinese New Year.
Okay. Wow. Yes. Because I also realized, right, when I look at the kind of like altar table for Peranakan
Mm-hmm.
Chinese, they are very
Mm-hmm.
elaborate. So in terms of
Mm-hmm.
food offerings, they wrap it in like red paper, oranges. So like for example, my family they wrap it with red paper. So for here, the
Yep.
fruits for the Peranakan they wrap it with red paper. They even do like carvings on some of the vegetables and fruits to make a very
Yep.
particular shape. And then they put it on a stick and it's very tall. So the altar table is has a lot of design. The fruits and the offerings presented are carved, ribbon.
Yep.
Yes, I appreciate all the finer details that the Piranha put into in terms of their religious worship and everyday life.
Yep. Okay, this is the Chinese New Year Cheongsam. I found it in the very old family as well in Penang. Belong to the Peranakan ladies as well. Yeah, this is one type of like festive wear outfit. They're made from very fine silk and embroidery. And this is
Mm,
the caballoña.
There's a Kabaya Nonya.
Next one.
Oh,
Yep, this is the Kabaya Yonya with the peacock embroidery on it, as you can see. Yep. This is also a very festive. Normally, that we wear it during Chinese New Year. Yep, as you can see, the sarong is very elaborate pattern as well, with the small kampong house and the rooster flying around.
I realized. So peacocks, they feature a lot inside the Peranakan dress. Is it right?
Yep, yep.
Do they mean anything in Chinese Peranakan culture?
Yeah, you can find a lot of like birds, and the like things like with wings that represent the ladies lah. You know, the phoenix that represent the ladies.
Okay, so it's like beauty, because like maybe peacocks are associated with
Yep.
beauty and elegance.
Yep.
Very nice.
And this is the auto that last, if I'm not wrong, is last year when
Is it?
we celebrate on the 9th day of Lunar New Year. It's a Bai Ti Gong.
Mm.
So yep, you can see
Wow.
all the offering from on the tables,
Yeah.
and yeah, all the things that you can see, the chana and yep, the chana.
Because Chinese, right? We have like 15 days of Chinese New Year. So on the
Yep.
9th day, you do something called Pai Tian Gong. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
Galaxy of the Sky and the Jade Emperor. And then on the 15th
Mm-hmm.
day, you have Tagome, so like the 15th night. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
nine night, is it? Is this for Pai Ti Gong?
Yep. Yep.
What are the offerings you provide to the Jade Emperor?
Normally, mostly all vegetarian, and just fruits and vegetarian.
Wow.
Yep.
But
Like
so I see
it
orange.
took months actually. It took months to prepare all these things.
Mm.
Yep. You can
So are
see
they
everything with red paper.
so the main ingredients of this altar? There are flowers, there are oranges, there are bananas, there are apples,
Pineapple, grapes,
peach.
peach shaped bao, and noodles, the Chinese noodles, and some, yeah, most of the things are angku kueh.
I also see something called a fat cow. So that's like a prosperity
Yeah,
cake.
yes,
That's
pakao, and rice cake,
rice cakes. So
nian
what's the
gao.
one in the center? No, oh, that's a nian
Oh,
gao.
yes, this nian gao.
So it's a 3-tier. It looks like a wedding cake.
So because it's nian fa, it's nian gao is 3 tier of nian gao. Then one
Okay.
fa gao is like nian kok fa. So
Oh
they have
wow.
actually, yeah, that's meaning. Everything in the altar actually has meaning.
Yeah. And like on the highest part of the altar, right? There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fans. Is that a pineapple?
Yeah,
Is that a
yes, it's
those are
pineapple.
pineapple.
Yep. Online ma.
Ong Lai. Oh, so that's like Ong Lai. So pineapple means Ong, and then it brings
Yeah.
prosperity, it brings wealth.
Yep.
How long does this entire ritual take?
It's about 2 hours. It's
And then
begin on the 11:30 and around 1:30.
and this is to celebrate and to worship the Jade Emperor, right? It's give thanks, right?
Yeah.
So interesting. Maybe we can move on. Yeah.
This is one of the kabaya actually with the phoenix on the embroidery, and the phoenix is standing on the Mei Hua. This is very very Chinese New Year.
Wow.
It's very festive. This piece I found it in Bali. This piece actually.
Bali.
Yep. And this is Ijo. Actually, is the chair cover. Is from the early 1900. It's gold thread embroidery on velvet. And this is one of the very festive very festive uh wear as well is a Chinese robe together with the skirt and full of peonies.
And I think peonies, they symbolize wealth and prosperity in Chinese culture. So we love peonies. They are very
Yep.
bright and colorful. Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
Yeah. So this one, is that a costume for a particular ritual, or is this just a
It's actually for the Chinese New Year or for the wedding.
okay, it's a wedding or
Yep.
Chinese New Year costume.
Yep. This is actually the chair cover as well,
Mm,
because most of the Chinese chair actually is in black wood. So normally
okay,
Chinese people they are very pandang black. So
okay.
normally during Chinese New Year they will always bring out the very bright and shining embroidery chair cover to cover up the black wood chair with it with yep.
Wow. So you have a cover just for the chair. I thought it was just to prevent dust, but actually it is
No,
also
it's not.
used. Yeah, it's
This
something.
sort of like chair cover they only will bring out they will only show it out in the main hall during Chinese New Year or the big birthday celebration.
Is it a decorative item or is it for like a functional use, like to prevent dust?
It's decorative items.
Wow. You can see like Peranakans are a very aesthetic
It's some,
culture.
yeah, it's something like this. As you can see that they cover the black wood chair.
Okay. Yeah, the lacquerwood chair. Wow. And the motifs on this, is that what? Dogs or the phoenixes or
It's a lion. Yep.
as a lion?
Yep.
So usually for like chair covers, they're lions or it could be any animal that's very
Some
festive.
birds, peonies, phoenixes. They're very
Mm,
they're Peranakan. They're always like to stick to like the similar motif like full dogs, lions, peonies,
yeah,
pheasants, phoenix. Yep.
so
Yes,
interesting.
this is full dog as well. And
What's
yes,
this?
this cabinet actually is belong to my great grandfather. So I bring it actually I actually bought it back from the old house of mine in Penang. So yes, you can see this cabinet actually is full of the shoes. Actually, mainly the first the first tier actually is mainly is the gold thread slippers. They actually only wear it during weddings.
Okay.
Yep. So
Are
on the
these
second,
homemade or are these bought outside? Because my understanding of Peranakan culture is that a good wife, a good daughter would be a very good cook or a very good and at a making delicate and intricate like kasut manik, for example. These are
mm,
called beaded shoes.
they,
Yeah. Is that the
but
case? Or do they
most of the shoe actually, yeah, most of the shoe actually they're self-made one. They're very
self-made one?
rarely like, yeah, they're very rare bought these some things from outside
Yeah.
in the olden days. Yeah. So like half of it, this shoe I found it in the old house, in my old
Okay.
house in Penang, and maybe about 30% I actually recollected during this 17 years.
17 years.
Yeah,
How many shoes do you have?
maybe 150 pairs, about 150 pairs.
That's wow. That's a very big
Uh,
collection. I think it's bigger than some of the
uh,
museums that we have.
I I don't think so. Maybe there's some others collector that actually have more than the collection actually is like maybe more than me. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking about a collecting Peranakan beaded shoes, what else is inside your cabinet, like on the left and the right?
So yeah, on the top side of the left, actually is the headgear of the bride for
Oh
the
wow.
Peranakan bride. This is the first day headgear for the bride. It's done by and kingfisher feathers and some blow glass beads and
Okay.
some liu li.
Hmm. And then the bridegroom, do you have a headgear for him?
Yes, on the right side. Can you see? Yep,
Okay,
on your right side.
it's like a hat.
Yep.
I, from my understanding, I think Peranakans have an elaborate wedding custom, so it's lasts for 12 days. So I'm not sure. Is that the case?
So yes, it's true. They last for 12 days. Like maybe some of the rich family, their wedding actually lasts for 30 days.
30
Yes,
days.
12 days is the normal one actually. Some of the family actually celebrate 30 days.
How do they
Some of
celebrate a wedding for 30 days?
I just I have no idea seriously. I just heard some of the family actually they celebrate 30 days for their weddings. So for normal
Wow.
Pranakan they only celebrate 12 days on the first day, third day, and the 12 days.
Hmm.
Yep.
What are the key customs in Peranakan marriages or weddings in your opinion?
Sorry, I can hear you.
What are the key Peranakan customs for
Mm-hmm.
wedding? Key Peranakan Chinese customs, like yeah, like the important ceremony.
The line is a bit bad.
Can you hear me? My question is, what are the main kind of wedding ceremony for Peranakan
Mm-hmm,
Chinese?
mm-hmm. The main what?
Ceremony.
Oh, okay. The main ceremony. Actually, on the first day. Yep.
Yeah.
On the first day, as you can see, the first day costume actually is very elaborate.
Okay.
You compare to the third day and the 12th day. On the third day, normally the Pranakan bride and groom. On the third day, the bride will return to the bride's family. So they normally will wear baju panjang with songket.
Okay.
So on the 12th day, normally they will wear cheongsam for the bride. But mostly groom they will wear just three-piece suit.
A three-piece suit. Okay.
Yeah, nothing fancy for the groom actually. Only on the first
Oh,
day maybe.
yes. Maybe you can move to the next photo. And okay, it's a small
Okay, this
girl.
actually is a baby shoes.
Okay.
This is kind of rare piece. If I'm not wrong, based on what my research, this is the shoes. Actually they give it to the babies during their full moon or on their first birthday.
Oh wow.
This is actually quite rare. As you can see, so small and the
Yeah.
embroidery is so elaborate.
So how old is this piece, and where do you get it from?
It's actually around 1920s to 1930s,
Okay.
and I found it I found it in Penang as well.
Okay. So usually are these shoes made in Malaysia and Singapore?
Yeah, they are made in Malaysia.
Mm, okay. You can see the next photo. Wow.
This is the cabinet that how I display the kasut manik in my studio in my shops.
Mm, that's a very nice collection. Oh wow. I see just now one photo. I see what's the one in the center? That looks like Epern.
It's a apron. It's an apron. So
So
it's a
is it
centerpiece.
okay?
Yeah, this is actually is very Victorian apron,
Okay.
and you can always see this kind of very decorative Victorian apron found in Peranakan house. They will
Mm,
normally use it during wedding and Chinese New Year as well to decorate the table. Yeah, with a lot of flowers arrangement on it.
mm.
And at the back is the wedding bed.
There's a wedding bed. Oh, so that's the bed chamber behind.
Yes, it's a Peranakan wedding bed.
It has a lot of intricate carvings on top, right? What are the
Yeah,
carvings usually?
it's mostly phoenix, peony, dragons, and have a pair of elephant if not wrong, and a lot of phoenixes on the bed.
Mm. Okay, wow. Where are these photos? Are these in your house or this in your studio gallery?
Oh, this is my room actually.
This is your room.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very beautiful.
Thank you.
How many pieces of collections do you have currently in your house? Have you counted
I,
them
I
before?
have I have lost count seriously.
Lost count already. Okay, so we have seen so many photos for tonight. So I wanted to just like ask your opinion, because like for example, Peranakan, like, especially Peranakan Chinese, they played a huge and prominent role in Malaysia and Singapore in the past. Like they, for example, Peranakan Chinese were crucial players in Sun Yat-sen's Tong Meng Hui revolution, kind of like activities to bring down the Qing dynasty. The Peranakan Chinese were also intermediaries between the British and native leaders in negotiating independence.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly, Chinese Peranakans are also community leaders. They are called the Kapitans. And some of them became like members of the Legislative Council. So that's like Parliament before independence, as well as they turn out to be like
Mm-hmm.
industrialists and entrepreneurs. Oh, so like who are your favorite Peranakans? Because Peranakans play such a broad and deep role in Malaysia and Singapore society. Do you have any Peranakans that you hold up in high regard? As well as I can hear a lot of background from your side, huh?
Mm-hmm. Maybe for me is Tan Cheng Lock.
Punching Lock, okay.
Yeah.
Any particular reason?
He's actually Tan Cheng Lock, if I'm not wrong, he is the head of the MCA during 19 in the 1950s, right? Early 1950s, right?
Correct, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like yeah, Tan Cheng Lock. As well, I think in Singapore as well, I've seen like a few of the hospitals like Tan Tock Seng. They were named after Babas in Malacca. So Tan Tock Seng was of
Yeah.
Malacca. Yep. There's so many Babas that have made their mark in Malaysia and Singapore. I think
Yeah.
nowadays as well, I think I've seen a lot of new cultural activists trying to bring up Nyonya and Baba and Peranakan culture. I think
Mm-hmm.
there's
Mm-hmm.
a Dr. Lee Soo Kim. So she's the author of Nyonya Tales, Sarong Secrets, Manek Mischiefs. And then there's Lilian Tong. She's director of the Penang Peranakan Museum. There
Mm-hmm.
is Alvin Yap, who is a Singapore antiques collector. So he opened the Intan Peranakan Museum in Singapore. So what do you think of like the contemporary Peranakan cultural activists today? Do you aspire to go down the path as a cultural activist? What is your plans for your Peranakan collection?
So for me, I hope in the future I can actually to have a Peranakan material library. As you can see, like I think you visit my shop before, right? So I have a lot of things actually to show the Peranakan thingy. So wanted to have a Peranakan material library.
Wow. Because material library. So does that mean like literature? So things that are written down like maybe Peranakan books. And is that in like in the Malay language? Is that in English? Is it in Mandarin?
Mm-hmm. Not just that, maybe in kind of like fabrics, like embroidery as well. That is kind of material as well, right? Not just like books or then we just thingy. So yep,
So it's like a broad library. So it's like material, cloth, all sorts of material culture.
yep,
Yes, because I read a previous article that featured you in 2011.
mm-hmm.
So
Yep. I think
they,
yep,
they said that you own like a pair of Qing Dynasty window panels, a Victorian armchair, a Tok Wee, an embroidered ceremonial tablecloth, wedding gear, coin pendants, karong sang. So that's like a what women who wear a kabaya. So a brooch,
yep,
three brooches. So that's a very
yep,
Peranakan Chinese culture.
yep.
Earrings, coin buttons, silver combs, necklaces. how do you identify if an item is real and authentic and not like a replacement or knockoff when you purchase an
This
antique?
really depends on experience.
Okay.
I can't tell you which is real and which is not real. This is really based on your experience to look at the things, you know. Well,
Hmm. So, for example, we can move on a little bit to customs, religion, and tradition. So,
mm-hmm,
you showed us so many like beautiful furniture. You showed us a tablecloth. You showed us like a kind of a chair cloth. You showed us like ancestral altar cloth. You showed us a cloth to decorate the doors and windows of a Peranakan Chinese family. You showed us like Peranakan Chinese bed chamber and epern. So that's like a centerpiece where you put like fruit and sweets on the table. So Victorian epern. Among all of this, what is your favorite aspect of Peranakan culture? What is your favorite like Peranakan furniture? Yes.
I can say everything that I collect is my favorite item. Like if not my favorite, I will not collect them. You get what I mean?
Yes, yes.
So
So you don't have a particular
every
favorite like Kerong
I do
Sang
not I
or
do
like
not really have a particular piece that is which is my favorite.
yes. That's so interesting because I'm so impressed by your collection. Your collection encompasses all different parts of Peranakan daily life. So, for example, what are your biggest challenges and success in terms of like, what is your proudest collection in your 17 years in collecting per Anakan kind of like antiques? Because I also remember different people, they loan items from you when they launch books, as well as you had a
Mm-hmm,
collaboration recently with the Taiwan National Museum for a special
mm-hmm,
exhibition on Peranakan items. Maybe you can elaborate on some
mm-hmm.
of your proudest moments in collecting Peranakan antiques.
The proudest moment is something that I collect then that people actually haven't seen it before. So when I show some of my friends, they will feel, they will say, "Hey, this item actually I never seen it before." Like, thank you so much, Samson, that showing me this collection that led me to have to look at it. Yeah. So yeah.
So I think your proudest moment is like introducing people who are not acquainted with Peranakan culture. They meet you, Samson, and then they find out, wow, Peranakan culture is so special. There's such a delicate, there's such a wide variety of a Peranakan items that we didn't know before. So I think, yeah, that's a very good motivation to have. Um, can you talk about maybe your past collaborations with the Taiwan National Museum, or maybe the fact that you were a fashion designer for Penang Fashion Week in 2017? How has Peranakan
Mm-hmm.
culture influenced your fashion designs, or how do you curate like a collection for a museum special exhibition? Yeah.
Yeah, I still remember on the 2017, I create a fashion show in Penang. Actually, Penang Paragon invite me to have fashion show over there. I showcase a lot of my clothings actually with Peranakan influence on it. So I feel yeah. So this is the way how I actually introduce the Peranakan culture to the world.
Yeah, I think yes. I think we need more young people to be very engaged with Peranakan Chinese culture and like spreading the word, collecting items, and coming on talk shows like tonight. Samson, thank you for coming online tonight for sharing some of your interesting collections, which I've never seen before. So I've seen your shop once. Now I've seen more things that I haven't seen, so I have to come back. Yeah. So like I think also tonight it's going to be an interactive session, so if anyone watching tonight you want to leave a comment or a question for Samson, you may do so in the comment section below. Maybe Samson can take one question about his personal collection. He'll be very happy to share with you all his knowledge from about Peranakan Chinese culture from collecting all these years. So my last question is what some people might think about Peranakan Chinese. Do you think that Peranakan Chinese is still relevant as a separate ethnic identity? Because nowadays Peranakan Chinese have become cynicized and they have integrated with the mainstream Chinese community. So a lot of these cultural boundaries have been blurred. Do you think that Peranakan Chinese culture is still relevant, despite the fact that a lot of Peranakan Chinese have blended into mainstream Chinese communities?
Sorry, I just I can't hear you just now because I dropped my phone.
Oh yeah, can. No worries. So like I think the final question is like, what do you think
Yeah.
about a Peranakan Chinese culture? Because do you think it is relevant as a separate ethnic identity from Chinese mainstream culture? Because nowadays a lot of Peranakan Chinese they slowly forget their roots or they have
Mm-hmm.
integrated because of mother tongue Chinese education to become ethnic Chinese. Do you think that a
Mm-hmm.
Peranakan Chinese culture is a distinctive ethnic group, or do you think that it is a maybe a subspecies of Chinese ethnicity?
What I can say actually nowadays the world become very modern already lah. So a lot of like traditional things that have been forgotten behind. So a lot of family become very modern family as well. They do not actually practice the lifestyle, the Peranakan lifestyle in their life. So that's why this is the reason why the Peranakan culture become like less known, well known is something like this. Nowadays, because through a lot of like movies or drama series that have this kind of Peranakan culture that introduced through the TV or something like show. That's why the culture is become well known again.
Yes, I actually seen quite a few like Peranakan movies lately. So like Netflix like did The Ghost Bride, so that's like two
Yeah,
years ago. Like Crazy Rich Asians was 2018. The Little Nonya by
yeah,
MediaCorp in Singapore, so that was in
yeah.
2008. So there's a lot been
Yeah.
media representation for Peranakan culture, and also there has been efforts by cultural activists like some of the names that I mentioned before. So they organize TED talks, they write books about Peranakan culture, they collect items such as Peranakan antiques like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think
Mm.
Peranakan cultural preservation currently is adequate? Do you think what do you think we need to improve on in preserving Peranakan Chinese culture?
Um, Preserving the Peranakan Chinese culture.
What can we do better?
What can we do better? This is for me. What can we do better to preserve this culture is very dependent. Actually, I think it's very individual thingy. Yeah. So maybe we need more youngster to appreciate the culture to actually to preserve this culture lah, in this
Yes, I
modern world.
we need a lot of
Yep.
young people to be very engaged with our traditions. So
Yep.
as we like embrace modernity, I think that like Peranakan Chinese also have the right to like adapt their culture in line with the times. And we all know the history and how it looks like in terms of aesthetics in the past. So it's up to like Peranakan Chinese today in trying to form and forge the future of how it looks like in the future. So like
Yep.
all these things are so important. So I think I see one or two questions. We're gonna take one or two questions and we're gonna wrap up for tonight's session. The first question is: you have collected so many antique items in various galleries. Have you seen or heard any ghosts before?
No. No.
Oh no,
No.
because like Chinese families are very superstitious about collecting old
Yeah.
items because they are scared that
Yeah.
like the old item contains the aura of the or the ghost of the previous person. So in your entire
Yeah.
history of 17 years of collecting, you haven't had any like extraordinary experiences.
No. I can tell you no.
Oh wow, okay, okay. I'm so glad to know. So maybe now I can start collecting, so I won't be afraid. Okay,
Yeah, start collecting already. What?
did okay. Oh, we have one more question. Yes. Oh, is Baba Hokkien in Penang different from mainstream Penang Hokkien? What language did you grow up in speaking in your household?
Actually, Penang Hokkien with Peranakan Hokkien have no difference. Have no difference.
Do you speak Baba Malay or do you speak Hokkien at home?
Actually, Baba Malay just normally in Malacca and Singapore, so that we will speak Baba Malay. So in Penang, mostly they speak just Hokkien, strict Hokkien, just Hokkien. Yep.
Oh wow! So just Hokkien. So in terms of final words, Samson, do you have a special message to all your friends who are watching us tonight, learning about your Peranakan collection for the first time, and some of the culture and customs of the unique Peranakan Chinese community? Like, what is your message to all of them?
Message to all of them. Okay, I will just wishing you guys happy Chinese New Year.
Yes. Oh my God, we still have 4 more days to go, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think like for myself also, like I think that Peranakan Chinese culture is a true blend of the unique multicultural races that we have in Southeast Asia and in Malaysia, and the fact that so different cultures can mix and become the Peranakan Chinese culture, I think it's very special. So I would like to thank all of you. If Samson has like completed all the different things that you wanted to share tonight, I would like to thank all of you watching tonight. Thank you for tuning in for this hour to spend your time listening to Samson and myself talk about Peranakan Chinese culture in Malaysia. Please follow and subscribe to Samson Wong and myself on social media. Please have a great evening ahead and happy Chinese New Year. I hope to see you guys soon. Take care and good night.